Here.
Councilmember Napier,
Here.
Supervisor Madrone,
Present.
Mayor Burgell,
Here.
Councilmember Atkins Salazar,
Here.
Councilmember Jorgensen,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Kenny,
Here.
Councilmember Orr,
Here.
Pack Member Arroyo,
Here.
Pack Member Allstrand.
Here.
Well, thank you. And our first order of business is the election of officers and appointments of a CalCog delegate. And we will open the nominations for chair, vice chair, and CalCog representative and executive board member.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
would you like to do these separately just for ease of process?
We can do each position separately and we'll vote on it as one item.
Sounds good. In that case, I would nominate you to continue as our chair.
I would be willing to continue that.
Second.
Okay.
Oh, I get you don't need that.
If we're doing nominations, I don't think we need a second because we're not making a motion
No.
yet. I believe, but that's up to the chair.
We'll,
No,
we'll do a
we don't
motion
need
at
it.
the end for all of them.
Yeah, we'll vote for everything at the end. And we still need a vice chair and,
I'd like to nominate Steve Madrone for vice chair, please.
I would be honored to serve if it's the will of the board.
okay. And a executive board member. I know we have an experienced executive board member out there.
Can I speak up?
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I am, if other people want to, that's fine, but I'm happy to serve on the executive board again, and I'm, would love to serve on the CalCog board again when that comes up, but also willing to share if there are other people.
Well, I would nominate you for the executive position then. And unless someone else has another candidate, I would nominate Councilmember Atkins Salazar for CalCog. Okay. Well, can we get a vote then?
Motion.
Oh, can we get a motion to accept these nominees as their positions?
I would so move.
Second.
Okay.
Okay. Chair Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Napier,
Yes.
Supervisor Madrone,
Yes.
Mayor Burgell,
Yes.
Councilmember Atkins Salazar,
Yes.
Councilmember Jorgensen,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Kenny,
Yes.
Councilmember Orr.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
May I make a quick comment, please?
Yes.
I just wanted to say it's an honor to step into this position, and I've been watching Adeline for a number of years in her role. She was our recent vice chair, and I hope to try and do anywhere near as good of a job as you did. So thank you for your service, Adeline.
Sweet.
I heartily second that. All right. Well, at this time, we will adjourn as the HCOG board and reconvene as the Policy Advisory Committee. And the first item on that agenda is the public comment for any non-agenda item. I don't see any. So at this time, we have a proclamation for Mayor Jones. Honoring her service at HCOG and her time as vice chair and her position here. And whereas Mayor Adeline Jones represented the city of Blue Lake on the Humboldt County Association of Governments Board of Directors with unwavering dedication beginning in December of 1998, and whereas Mayor Jones's meticulous attention to detail, inquisitive nature, and thoughtful questioning have significantly contributed to the informed decision-making, ensuring that all aspects of the organization's operations were thoroughly examined and optimized. And whereas Mayor Jones's exemplary service has left an indelible mark on the organization, inspiring fellow board members, staff, and the community at large. And whereas Mayor Jones has consistently demonstrated an exceptional commitment to the mission statement of the Humboldt County Association of Governments to develop, operate, and maintain a well-coordinated, balanced transportation system that is safe, efficient, and provides good access to all cities, communities, and recreational facilities and into adjoining regions. A balanced multimodal transportation system includes, but is not limited to, highway, public transit, aviation, marine, railroads, recreation, bicycle, pedestrian, and utility systems. Now, therefore, this governing board does hereby present this proclamation of appreciation to Mayor Jones as an expression of the board's and staff's gratitude for her dedication of service to the Humboldt County Association of Governments.
Thank you. And I
Thank
would
you.
just like,
Thank you.
I would like to add that Mayor Jones has been HCOG's longest sitting board member. And she was sitting on the board before I started HCOG, and then was sitting on the board when I retired HCOG. And I am extremely honored to be able to present to you this proclamation, and thank you for your service.
Thank you, Debbie. I love orchids, and I actually can get them to bloom over and over again. I have a good place for them. So thank you so much for this proclamation. Thank you to the board. Getting to know all these folks from the different cities has been a real pleasure. I love transportation and travel, so this has always been a really special board for me to be on. 26 years is hard to believe. I started out with Spencer Clifton, and then when I came back, there was Marcel Clem and then Beth Burks, and now you're going to have a new executive director, so that's going to be great. I've enjoyed my time. I really appreciate the honor. Thank you all for your kind words and your clapping for me. I appreciate all of that. And I'll just end by saying that I don't want to say goodbye. I'll just say, see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. Yes.
Adeline, I have fond memories of you first joining the Blue Lake City Council. I think it was in 1986 when I was leaving the council and you were just coming on. And so we didn't get to serve together there, but it was a pleasure serving with you here. So 26 years here, but even longer dedication to our communities and serving in Blue Lake. So thank you for all that.
Thank you. Okay, well, we move on to the consent calendar. We have the approval of the meeting record from December 12th and two resolutions and a budget amendment for the overall work program. Does anybody wish to pull anything? Yes.
I don't want to pull anything, but as far as protocol, I just wanted to make one very quick comment without pulling it for a long discussion. Is that possible? Okay. And that is on our emergency services highway program, which is call boxes primarily. In the future, I'd like to see us discuss the EMS responses that need to happen on the highway, because the call boxes are great, but when the car is down the hill and somebody's been injured, it's not the ambulance that retrieves those people. It's the volunteer fire departments. and they are going out of district, and it is a huge burden on Willow Creek, Blue Lake, and Highway 36, Dinsmore. So I'd love to see that added as a discussion point in the future when we might discuss call boxes and emergency services on our state highways.
Okay.
So just a note. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Well, is there any public comment on the consent calendar? Or no board questions? Can we get a motion?
Motion to approve the consent calendar.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Can we get a roll call?
Chair Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Napier,
Yes.
Supervisor Madrone,
Yes.
excuse me, Mayor Burgell,
Yes.
Councilmember Atkins Salazar,
Yes.
Councilmember Jorgensen,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Kenny,
I think maybe I should abstain since I wasn't at the December HCOG meeting relative to the minutes, at least, so.
Councilmember Orr,
Yes.
Pack Member Arroyo,
Yes.
Pack Member Allstrand.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you. We have no action items, and at this time, by motion, we will reconvene as the HCOG board and approve the PAC recommendations. We get a motion?
Move to reconvene.
I'll
Second?
second. I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. And
All right, Chair Johnson,
yes.
Councilmember Napier,
Yes.
Supervisor Madrone,
Yes.
Mayor Burgell,
Yes.
Councilmember Atkins Salazar,
Yes.
Councilmember Jorgensen,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Kenny,
Yes.
Councilmember Orr,
Yes.
Pack Member Arroyo,
Yes.
Pack Member Allstrand.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And now we come to our agenda item for PAC and HCOG staff reports, board member reports also.
Well, I don't have anything in particular to report on, but I will take this opportunity to say thank you for trusting me to come back and fill this seat until you find a new executive director. I've been back in the office for 3 weeks, and it feels like I've never left, and things are running pretty smooth. So thank you.
Thank you for stepping up too. And the Caltrans reports.
I have an update on the Indianola interchange. Work continues for the new bridge through the winter and spring with completion of the bridge by early summer 2025. Traffic will not be placed on the new bridge immediately. This spring, we will place soil and lightweight fill in the median area to raise the elevation to the future 101 roadway. The final alignment will have mainline 101 going up and over the new bridge. By the end of the year, we anticipate we will have at least one direction of mainline 101 completed and driving on the new alignment. There is the possibility that both directions could be driving on the new alignment before the year's end. Remaining items consist of constructing the southbound off and on ramps, constructing the half signal at Airport Road, decommission of the median crossings between Arcata and Eureka, and then due to recent heavy weather, it is expected that some of the work will continue to occur partly in 2026. And then just applications, reminder that the applications for the fiscal year 25-26 Sustainable Transportation Planning Grant Program are due next Wednesday, January 22nd.
Well, thank you. And PAC member Arroyo, I remembered you.
Thank you, Chair Johnson. I feel so seen. I just wanted to, since there are a couple of new faces, I wanted to remind everyone to save the date if you're interested in attending the North State Transit Symposium, July 15th through 17th of this year. It'll be at the River Lodge in Fortuna, and there will be quite a lot of learning to do there and sessions about best practices in transit from all over, transit operators all over the north part of the state. So it should be a great opportunity to learn and, just understand more about transit in rural communities in particular, because there will be a lot of rural transit operators there. So mark your calendars. And we have not, we've had a little short break from meetings at HTA. We will get back to it the first Wednesday, in February.
Well, thank you. And since that's down in my neck of the woods, I'm going to do my best to make it. Thank you. Any other board member reports? Yes.
So this is an early heads up for our RTP, which is in 2026, I believe. So I assume as we go through this year, we'll start working on the planning for that process. I was recently contacted by Caltrans in regards to earthquake retrofit work on the Hiller Road overpass in McKinleyville, which does not have access ramps, north, south, or anything. And it was partly because... So, heads up, I'm going to say this again because my mic wasn't on, I believe. I want to make sure the public can hear it. Recently, we were contacted by Caltrans, myself and some others in the community, about earthquake retrofit work on the Hiller Road overpass in McKinleyville, which does not have any off-ramps or on-ramps. And it's because it was too close to School Road. There's this process whereby if it's within a mile of another interchange, then we don't build them. And when the freeway was built in 1968 or so, 67, 68, after the 64 flood, it was completed. Nobody really understood what the development patterns were actually going to be in McKinleyville because it was still ponies and cows and pretty much wide open. Well, now that we see those development patterns, there's a high density of neighborhoods and housing around Hiller Road, and there's no access there. Additionally, with the way McKinleyville has been planned, we really only have two north-south routes, Central Avenue, which used to be Highway 1, and McKinleyville Avenue, which has two schools on it. And so it's really constrained circulation in McKinleyville. We're also planning a town center on Hiller Road behind the Safeway, and there's the Life Plan Humboldt senior housing coming in on Hiller Road. There's also the McKinleyville Community Service District Sports Complex on Hiller Road. So a lot of things have ended up concentrated around Hiller Road, and so I brought to the attention of the Caltrans staff the idea that we wanted to make sure that the earthquake retrofitting wasn't going to complicate the potential for future ramps. Future ramps will have their issues because we didn't acquire the right-of-way that we normally would if you were going to have off and on ramps. But it's not that it's undoable. In fact, probably the highest priority ramp is coming off of Hiller Road going south. But it would also be nice to have one going north getting off at Hiller. Whereas the off-ramp and on-ramp on the north side of Hiller are less important because you can go up to Murray Road and navigate that. So it may only be a two-ramp system, and it probably doesn't involve taking any houses, although it might involve more of a bridge structure for one of those off-ramps. At any rate, all to be determined. But really all I'm doing is just trying to point out that in the RTP, Tom Mattson, our Public Works Director, myself will be bringing forward the Hiller Road ramp concept as something for consideration within the regional transportation plan, because it would be a complete game changer to have that access right there in the middle of town where all this development is happening. It could absolutely reduce vehicle miles traveled and provide a lot more safety on Central Avenue and McKinleyville Avenue where our schools are. So it's really just a heads up, and I was pleased to hear that Caltrans starting this year is going to be doing some significant regional planning on Highway 101 that I'm sure we'll get a report out on in the future. And that's going to provide some beginning opportunities even before the new RTP to start looking at some of these larger issues. So just wanted to share that with the board, and early heads up, I'm sure you'll hear more from Tom Mattson as we develop that request. So thank you.
Thank you.
If I could just add, that's
Yeah.
right. We're going to start work on our corridor management plan for 101. So that's affecting a lot of the communities in this room. So yeah, more on that soon.
Yeah, that's going to be a great process. Thank you.
Any other board members have an item? No? Well, that's our regular meeting, and at this time, We will be moving into closed session. Oh, do we have a hand up? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was just it's a short announcement. It's hard to see, but I just wanted to let folks know that we are having City of Arcata is working with Fuente Nueva for a Safe Routes to School community forum, and that will be coming up Wednesday, January 22nd from 5:30 to 7 at Fuente Nueva Charter School. And this is a great opportunity for community members to get together and help make routes to school safer.
Well, thank you. Hopefully people can avail themselves of that too and see the process. So now at this time, we will be moving into closed session. We will adjourn this portion of the meeting and report out following that. So thank you all.